The world is a busy place, full of emotional noise. Disappointment, anticipation, despair, hope, tragedy, and joy. It's messy, complicated, and full of what many people would call distractions. So, how do we find our grounding in a world of overwhelming stimulation? Even for those who live a scheduled life where our days feel repetitive, we are still faced with uncertainty, surprises, and new directions. It doesn't matter how much money you make, what title you hold, or where you sit in an org chart at work. We all have struggles. So how can we find peace with ourselves, the world, and those around us, particularly at work? Today's episode attempts to address why setting values can help us find calm through the storms. I'm Colleen Jenkins, and this is Humility Resources. If we stop to think about how we want to live our lives and where we want to go, we can ground ourselves in a short set of values that can help dissolve the noise. Values are a flashlight in a dark room. They can help us focus on what matters most to us. And this isn't a new concept. There are many books, articles, and speakers that talk about why values are important and how to hone in on them. So don't end your journey about values with this episode. In fact, research shows that setting aside time to think and actually write down your values can help you wire your unconscious brain and therefore your behavior so you can live a more intentional, peaceful life. Stopping to think and write down your values may sound like a project, a new administrative thing we have to do, and no one has time for new projects. So think about it this way. Our energy is like time. And there is a finite amount of time in a day. Once we use that time, we cannot get it back. Our energy is also finite, particularly our mental energy. And once we use it, we cannot get it back unless we rest. So we have to be smart about how we use our energy each day. The short-term day-to-day benefits of having values can help us streamline our energy so that we're not using it on unnecessary stimuli like worry and stress. Setting values also has long-term benefits. Research shows that people who live in alignment with their values are happier, healthier, and more successful. Setting values not only helps you get to your destination, but they also allow you to show up consistently to the people around you. And when you show up consistently at work, others that you work with can understand you better, communicate with you more effectively, and the trickle-down effect can be quite inspirational. So what are values? Values are guiding principles that shape our beliefs, actions, and therefore our experiences. They should influence what we prioritize and ultimately serve as a gauge for whether our life is aligning with our true aspirations. You likely already live by a subset of unconscious values that you've developed throughout your life based on your beliefs. But are those values relevant to where you want to go and who you truly want to be? A few examples of values are authenticity, balance, compassion, fairness, honesty. These are just a few. The values you live by can help guide you through conflict and difficult circumstances. Let's go through a few examples of specific values and how they could help us navigate conflict at work. Don't worry about jotting these down. If you want to revisit the list, you can find them on our website. Again, just a few examples of a few values. Optimism. This could mean maintaining a positive outlook, believing in ourselves and our abilities to create positive change. Now let's give an example of this value in action at work to show you how it could guide you. It's Monday morning at work. You find your colleague has accidentally deleted a crucial project file over the weekend. They are frantically trying to recreate the lost data, but it's clear that the deadline, which is only hours away, will be missed, causing serious issues in the broader business. There are many ways you could handle this situation. You could just blame your colleague. After all, it's their mistake. You'll deal with the data loss some other way if and when it impacts you. But your value of optimism is guiding you, and through this, you know there must be a way out. So instead of wasting any time on anger, blame, or anything else, you go into action. Reassure your colleague that you know they didn't mean to delete anything, and you work together to find a path out. Perhaps you suggest taking a step back, assessing the workflow, and identify potential issues that led to this. You could spend time asking questions, and lo and behold, you find another team has access to data backups. You're back up and running. Without optimism guiding you, bigger problems surely would have followed, regardless of whose fault it was. So, by having the value of optimism guiding you, you can shift scenarios like this from possible criticism to constructive collaboration. Forgiveness. This could mean letting go of resentment and bitterness to create a space for growth and positive relationships. Here's an example of how the value of forgiveness could help you at work. Someone you manage makes a major mistake on a report, and it's a public report that all executives will see. Luckily, you caught it in advance. Now, at work, forgiveness isn't about turning a blind eye, it's about helping everyone move forward without resentment. So, in this situation, you walk through the error with that team member, give them space to learn from it, you correct the error together, and you both move forward. With tight deadlines and everything else going on, an outburst may feel like it could creep up on you. But you realize everyone steps in potholes at work and everyone makes mistakes. So, ensuring that this isn't a recurring theme, you can move forward, forgive, and help someone grow all at the same time. By having the guiding value of forgiveness, we can free ourselves from negative emotions, maintain a professional relationship, while still upholding our own values. One final example: innovation. This can mean embracing creativity, taking risks, and seeking new solutions to complex problems. At work, innovation can help in many ways. As an example, let's say a team member is struggling with a major project. There are so many rules, caveats, and red tape to make sure the project accomplishes what it should while still being compliant with the broader company. You can tell that the team is bogged down with so many requirements. So you call a meeting to brainstorm big. You ask the whole team to think through calculated risks. You encourage wild ideas, exploring new approaches, even if they seem unconventional. Lo and behold, you end the meeting with several creative ideas that not only help deliver the project, but can lead to innovation that helps the team and the company long term. By embracing the value of innovation, you can overcome obstacles and find creative solutions that benefit the whole company. So, how do we find values that resonate with us as individuals? First, understand that your values can and probably will evolve over time. Finding your true values starts with introspection, taking some quiet time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Here are some thought-provoking questions to get you started. What brings you joy and fulfillment in life? Think about the moments where you felt most alive, energized, and happy. What were you doing? Who were you with? What are your non-negotiables? And these are things that you absolutely won't compromise on, no matter what. These could be values such as integrity, honesty, family, maybe personal growth. Who do you admire? What qualities do they possess that resonate with you? Once you have some initial ideas, write them down and explore each one. Think about specific examples from your life where these values were at play. This will help you solidify your understanding and make them more tangible. Now for the most important part of this value-finding journey: discovering humility within your values. This can help you make sure that you're living your life by a set of values that are intrinsically rewarding, as opposed to having values that you think others will applaud you for. They could ultimately do both, but doing something solely for recognition or clout from others means that you put your own self-satisfaction and rewards in somebody else's hands. To review your values through the lens of humility, reflect on your core values and priorities that you wrote down during the exercise, and take a moment to consider how they align with your ego and your sense of self-importance. Ask yourself, are my values rooted in a desire for external validation or recognition, or are they driven by a genuine passion for making a positive impact? By acknowledging the potential for an inflated ego, you can remain grounded in your commitment to living out your core values. And when we can recognize if our values are being driven by self-interest, we can take steps to truly cultivate humility. And this might mean seeking feedback from others who know us well, practicing self-reflection or journaling, or engaging in activities that help us connect with a sense of purpose beyond ourselves. As we strive to live out our core values with humility, we'll be more likely to prioritize the needs of others or the work community over our own ego. We'll be able to take risks and step outside of our comfort zones to make a positive impact, and we'll be able to embrace feedback and criticism as opportunities for growth. By embracing humility, as we develop and live by our values, we can unlock a deeper sense of purpose, fulfillment, and meaning in our lives, and live out our values with greater intention and authenticity. If you want to revisit these examples of values and how you can cultivate yours, visit humilityresources.com and navigate to our blog.